I imagine for people listening to this podcast, I mean, who does not want, a big, truck case? But I think when you're deciding to go all in on this, what that really means is saying no most, if not all, other types of cases. So was that, at the time where you were at all apprehensive about that and saying we're going to go all in on trucking?
To be good at trucking, you have to put in time. And so it's not something you just click the switch and say, okay, I'm now good at trucking. I was very fortunate early in my career. I had a truck case and I learned a lot. I was scared because I was young. So I had learned a lot about trucking on my own. And then over the years, I sporadically had cases and I always enjoyed them. They were more challenging. You had better defense lawyers against you. You had a lot more money against you. And so I really enjoyed the challenge. I liked the competition. And the folks really needed you. The clients, it was a devastating event in their lives. And you could really make a difference in these people's lives. And so you invest the time, the energy, and the effort to learn, to gain the knowledge, to get the experience, and then, you have to have the resources to invest in these cases. And so that took time. It wasn't like an overnight success. As we've gotten more successful, my time is spent more on truck cases than any other kind of cases. My firm still handles some other cases. And the reason is that I felt like to become a successful truck lawyer, I had to first be a good trial lawyer. I had to know how to try cases and win cases. And you weren't going to learn that by just trying a bunch of truck cases because you don't get to try as many. So I had to get in the courtroom. You can go to all the seminars you want to go to. You can read all the books you want to read. But unless you're walking in and out of a courtroom, you're not learning enough. And so I have a daughter who's a lawyer in my office, a son who's a lawyer in my office. I brought a lot of law clerks up as attorneys in my office. And it's important for me that if they're going to be truck wreck lawyers, they first have to become trial lawyers. And so we take other cases so that they can become trial lawyers, because I don't want to get to the point where I've got people in my office that aren't trying cases or who have never tried a lot of cases successfully. And so once I became a trial lawyer, then it wasn't that hard to make that transition for myself to learn how, just learn trucking.
What do you believe makes a great trucking lawyer?
I think that you have to have passion. First of all, you have to be a good trial lawyer. I think you have to be a great trial lawyer. I mean, if you can't win a trial, then I don't care how smart you are, how knowledgeable the rules you are. If you never walk into a courtroom, nobody's going to respect you. Nobody's going to pay your client what they deserve. So the first thing is you got to be a good trial lawyer, and people got to know you're a good trial lawyer. The second thing is you have to invest the time and energy in to learn the law. A truck wreck is so much different than a car wreck. So you got to invest the time in learning it. The great thing about it is today there's so many great trial lawyers out there that you can learn from. There's great organizations like ATAA, Joe Freed and Michael Leaserman started. There's so many groups and there's so many places to learn. As long as you're humble enough to say, okay, I need to learn, I don't know everything, then there are books, there are seminars constantly. When I first started, there weren't those type of resources. Now there are. I send my young lawyers out to all those to learn from the other ones. And so I think that, I'm board certified, so is my partner Scott Follis, but that's just a recognition of the amount of knowledge that we've and experience that we have. So it's the knowledge, the acquisition of the knowledge, the experience. To be really successful is you got to really care about people as humans.